Hi, Lion. So good to see you again. Today we're going to practice breaking words up into syllables to help us to decode and to help us spell those words. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so the first word, I will start typing one syllable at a time, and then we're going to decode the word. So let's take a look. And a syllable that I just typed up there. What syllable type is that? We see the vowel and there's nothing blocking the way. So that means it is an open syllable type, which will make a long U sound. So this will say new. Remember, long U can say U or U. So this says new. Here's the second part. And let's look at this syllable for a minute. What syllable is this? We have the ER. So that, of course, is the R-controlled syllable. So this will say mer, new, mer, numer. And then the last syllable type, we just learned yesterday that this says is, new, mer, is, numerous. Numerous means there's a large number of something. We have numerous books in our library, lots of books. Good job. Okay, let's try another one. What syllable type is this? This is an open syllable. So this will be a long E sound. This is going to say E. Now let's take a look at this second syllable I just typed. That, of course, is one of our R-controlled syllables. And so this will say nor, E, nor. Last syllable. We know OUS says is. We learned that yesterday. So miss, E, nor, miss. Enormous. Enormous means huge, something really large. There was an enormous elephant at the zoo. Let's try one more like this. What syllable type is this, guys? We've got a vowel with a consonant after the vowel. Remember, that is a closed syllable type, so it will make a short I. This will say M. M. This is, of course, an R-controlled syllable. So pour, M, pour. Last part. We know A and C, E says ends. We just learned that a couple of days ago. So this last part will say tense. Importance. Importance. The importance of this work can help us with our spelling and reading. So it's very important. Okay, for the next three words, I'm going to type them, but you will have to figure out how to divide this word into syllables. And I'll put a period in the section to show that we want to divide it there. Okay, so let's take a look. We have vowel. Remember, our first step is to underline the vowels. If this will cooperate with me, here we go. So, because when we underline the vowels, it lets us know how many syllables are in the word. Okay, so we have two vowels. So this word has two syllables. So the first vowel, we have consonant, consonant. Well, we know that we split the words, we split syllables between consonants. So, whoops, we don't want a question mark. I'll put this here to split here. So the first syllable type we know is an R-controlled syllable type. So this says par, because we know AR says R, like car. Par, and then this, we know C makes the S sound before an E. So this will say sell, parcel, parcel. A parcel is a package that you would take to be mailed. So it's something that's wrapped up, a parcel. Good job. Okay, try this with another word. So this word, so we know first, let's identify our vowels. So we've got a vowel here, and we have a vowel here. Okay, let's underline this. So this word, like the last one, has 2 syllables because we know that every syllable has a vowel in it. So vowel, consonant. So we know that we split it before the consonant. That's what we try first. And then if that doesn't work, then you can try it after. So let's try splitting this before the consonant. So let's add our symbol there, so we know we're going to divide it there. All right, first syllable, we have an A with nothing after it. So that syllable type, as we've learned, is an open syllable. When you have an open syllable, it makes a long vowel sound. So this will say tray. Second syllable, we have ER. And we learned that is an R-controlled syllable. So this will say der, trader, trader. So this is not trader with a T. This is trader, someone who's trading something. There's a grocery store called Trader Joe's, and that's because they are they're selling goods there. All right, last word to practice breaking our words up into syllables. Let me type it for you. And let's find the vowels. Oops. So here is one of our vowels. Let's underline it. We have a vowel here. And then we see a vowel. Oops. We see a vowel here at the end, but that's because we know when there's a vowel at the end, it's a silent E syllable. So we're not going to underline this because a silent E is just a helping vowel. So we know this word has 2 syllables in it. So here's our first vowel, consonant. So we know we first try dividing the word before the consonant. If that doesn't work, then you would go back and divide it after. Okay, so let's take a look at this first syllable. And we have D-E. So the E, there's no consonant after it in that syllable. So that means it is an open syllable type. So it's going to make a long E sound. So this will say D. And then the second syllable, we have the silent E syllable, which we talked about earlier. We have the E at the end, which is silent, which helps this to make its long vowel sound. So this will say vice. And we know this says S. The C is saying S because it's before the letter E. Okay? We know, I'll move this so you can see behind me. We know anytime we have E after a C, it's going to make this sound. So this says vice, device, device. I hope you're not spending too much time on your device. Okay, there we go. Okay, now let's practice spelling. So if you do not have paper and pencil, go ahead and grab your materials. You can push pause in your video. And for those of us that are ready, we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, so the first word we're going to spell is station, station, station. So first syllable, stay. So let's spell the syllable, stay. Now this is the syllable stay, not the word stay. So we heard a long A, so we know that it must be an open syllable type, stay. And then station. Second syllable is shen. We know there are 4 letters that spell shen. Go ahead and try it. Did you come up with T-I-O-N? Good job, station. Okay, next word, let's spell cylinder, cylinder. We know a cylinder is a 3-dimensional shape that we learn about in math. So remember, every time your chin drops, that's a syllable. Cylinder. So the first syllable, syll. So C-Y-L. Because we know, let me move this so you can see behind me, whenever you have C with Y after it, the C makes the S sound. So we have sill. Now let's figure out the second syllable. Sill in. That one was easy enough. Still in der. I hear an R controlled vowel. Der. And we know there are 3 ways to spell der. So E-R, I-R, U-R. So let's practice it with those 3 ways and see which one looks right. So that's something you can do when you aren't sure. Cylinder. And let me go back up so you can see them all together on the same page. So I'll get rid of this one. And let's take a look at which one looks right. The first one does not look quite right. So I think we can eliminate the IR. Let's look between the last 2 spellings. Let me move this down a little. Whoops, a little too much. Okay. The one with the ER looks right. So we will get rid of this spelling. Okay. So if you're not sure, when you're trying to spell if you're not sure if it's ER, IR, or UR, try all 3 and then just see which one looks right. All right? And then you can always double check it with spell check or in your dictionary. But as long as you get close enough, then you'll be able to use those tools. Okay, so the next word we're going to spell is compose. Like we compose a piece of music. You do that with Mr. Smith in music class. Compose. So kind of like the word comic. Okay, compose. Pose. P-O, I hear a long O, compose. So it must be a silent E syllable type. Compose. Compose. Good job. Okay, the next word we will spell is bitterness. Bitterness. So the first syllable is bit. Okay, bitter. I hear that R-controlled vowel in the middle. Bitter. And we know that there are 3 ways to spell ER, IR, or UR. So if you aren't sure, you can try all 3, and then you can see which one looks right. Bitter. Okay. So let's try. That doesn't look right, the IR, so we'll get rid of that. The ER looks right, so I'm going to keep that. But let's try UR. No, that doesn't look right either. So it has to be the ER. So do you see how that works? If you're not sure which way to spell it, try all 3 ways. Okay, so our word we want to spell is bitterness. Bitterness. So ness. Well, we learned the way you spell is with E-S-S, bitterness. Okay. The next word we're going to spell is location. 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 So first syllable, low. So spell low. I hear a long O. So I know that it must be an open syllable type. Low. Low, K. K. I hear a long A. So I know that again is an open syllable type. Low, K. And remember, C makes the K sound unless, let's go back to our chart behind us, unless there's an E, I, or Y after it. Otherwise, it says K. So location. Do you remember the 4 letters that make the shun sound? Go ahead and spell that. Location. Good job. Okay, one last word we're going to spell, and that word is table. Table. So first syllable, tay. So spell tay. I hear a long A sound, which is an open syllable. Table. And then I hear bull. Remember the final stable syllables. So it's a consonant L-E, and it's found at the end of words. Table. So bull is the consonant, and then L-E, table. Okay, lions, good job with your reading and spelling. So do you see how important it is that we know what the 6 syllable types are? Because when you know that and you know how to break a word up into syllables, it's going to help you to be able to read and spell any word that you need to. All right, guys, I hope you join me tomorrow for another lesson. Great job. Thank you. I'll see you tomorrow.